Hello, hello. Tonight I'm doing a little bit of a frame rate slash pretty thing in Grand Theft Auto, just to show that exactly what all my settings are. Pretty much cranked up on everything except for MSAA. I didn't crank all the way up, and I'm not a big fan of the NVIDIA super fancy shadows because they make a like a weird shimmery effect. Um, but that's just a personal preference. It does slow the system down a little bit being on the NVIDIA setting as well. Um, but yeah, for most of this test we hovered in really good frame rates. But yeah, so I'm just having a little bit of fun. So we'll do a little flying through town, and you guys get to see what I get to see all the time. I'm really hoping that when I export this video file that it actually come through on the YouTube. That yeah, and it's kind of weird because I'll export at like at full 1080, and for some reason YouTube just crunches it down and it looks rather poopy when we're all done. But yeah, so we're headed back into town. I just got done delivering a car, and yeah, I love the way this city looks at night. It you know, Rockstar really did a really good job with this game. Uh, which is a testament to why it's still demands a premium price like a new game, but it's 4 years old at this point. It really shows the staying power of this particular franchise. And you know, I've felt for a long time that a lot of games come out rushed and half-assed. They don't take the time to put in the detail work. And GTA has had plenty of issues, you know, as they develop this particular one out. But I think their patience and effort is very evident in the final product here. You know, I think we're getting towards the end of updates for this game, um, which is sad. So I'm hoping that when they come out with GTA 6, they'll incorporate GTA 5 in, and combine map packs and all that. But who knows what they'll actually do? It'll be interesting. But yeah, and all the buildings reflecting off the inside of the windscreen here. All right, well, I guess we'll get inside for a minute. And welcome to my office. There's nothing actually wrong with the game audio. I muted it because my wife was trying to have a conversation with me. But yeah, my pigsty. For some reason, my office is glitched out. It has just piles of cash laying around. I don't know any of my friends that are set up this way, but I do like this particular office edition. These garages. Um, but mostly we're going in there so I can kind of show off the reflections and the shadows. It's really good time of night. Everything looks just super good. Um, there's no mod packs in my game at all. I'm not a big fan of modders. So, but yeah, I just love how all the other buildings will reflect onto the floor and then onto the cars as well. Um, yeah, this has been very nice having much more consistent frame rates. I always had the Steam counter running up in the corner with my 970, and for some reason it would do a stutter, but the frame counter wouldn't really move. Um, yeah, I love these reflections. I'm really glad I turned them all the way up on this now. My Joker mobile, uh, friggin' bright pink, just like the one from Suicide Squad. And but yeah, it's good times. Let's see. Well, I think we'll take out something red tonight. And we're headed out to my warehouse so we can pull out the rocket car and try not to crash too much, because you know that thing's a bit of a handful. But we'll get some more of the taking the view on the trip there. Let me switch to a different view mode here in a second, because this is I don't really drive around in first person mode that much. It, at some point I'd like to have a surround sound or surround monitor setup, so that way I don't end up getting blindsided by cars. That's rather irritating. There we go. Back out of it, and yeah, this portion of town you don't get all the good reflections like you do on the downtown area, but it still is looking pretty good out here. You can actually probably get a little better definition as I go by brightly lit stuff. You can see them just light up the side of the car. I've been doing a lot of cars where I'll do like a metallic black and then do a pearlescent over the top. That's how this car is painted. It's kind of done. Oop, missed my turn. Better turn around here. But I do it so that way at nighttime I can black out all the lights and basically disappear, which is kind of helpful in a crowded lobby sometimes. But then in the bright sunshine, it's a nice, pretty looking color. I do like the dark paint colors. But yeah, and I'll go inside and again more of the reflections on the car. See all the buildings and everything else just shining off of it. But, yeah, let's go in here. Yeah, warehouse isn't particularly full at the moment. I'm still building up some collections to sell off. But, yeah, go downstairs. Try not to get everybody motion sick. Alright. I was just going to get me motion sick. Again, don't do first person that often either. Yeah, it's too much fun. So we're coming up on, going past the wedge car. And here we go. This thing's a lot of fun. Of all the update vehicles, I think this is my personal favorite. I'm a bit fortunate that my warehouse is awful close to these foothills. They're really good for launching the car. So we're just gonna take a little stroll up this way. Try not to bust the car up too badly on the way. Alright, and line this puppy up. Off we go. I really wish that it just had a countdown timer and it would do the recharge the jet engine. You know, even if it took just as long, I just wish it would recharge even if you were in the air. I know they did that to prevent people from manipulating it and having unlimited flight mode, but it would have been nice sometimes, or just had it where you have to hit the ground at least a little bit to make it recharge. But yeah, good times. We're gonna go up, head out to the coast here in a second, because I kind of sort of miscalculated where I was going while I was doing this, and ended up launching over a mountain range. Almost ended up in the bay, but yeah, if you guys stick around to the end, I got a chromed out car that really shows off the reflections, and the view was just spectacular. And then I realized where I was at, going, oh no, I'm headed for the water, and I ended up getting saved by a tree because it broke my forward momentum, because otherwise I was on pace to skip down the hill and ended up in the bay. We'll just sit here for a moment, kind of taking the view a little bit. I love that they included tidal movements in this game. I mean, how many crazy game developers will put tidal movements? I guess I've just been playing it too much that I actually realized that they did that. You know, but yeah, Yeah, there's a few shortcuts that you over time you figure out that they've taken to make it work, but unless you're really looking for them, I don't necessarily notice them. But yeah, let's get back into town, and I'm gonna show you guys my favorite spot. I think we're gonna speed up the footage a little bit once we get back into town, because I really don't feel like driving the whole way there, or talking the whole time. So, yeah, this such a nice view. All the thick grass. I know there's a lot of people that will turn the grass down, which actually boosts your frame rates up quite a bit. But I like how thick it is, even though it's blinded you half the time. But it really adds to the realism of the place as I fly around in a rocket car like an idiot. But I like that it's a world that feels like it could exist. Alright, now super speed mode as I crash multiple times on the way there. So yeah, this is much quicker than me actually doing it. Maybe I should have just stopped the footage and restarted it when we got there. Alright, here we go. So there's probably other buildings that are like this. This is the only one I know off, top of my head. But you get the car where it just points straight up, and then you get lots and lots of air out of it. As long as you don't come to a full halt by hitting a hard object, it'll give you full boost out of the rocket engine, and you just shoot straight up in the air. A little bit of fun. Let's go back there and get it one more time before I get myself. I think I ended up getting myself stuck. Yeah, it's I like I said, I really do love this car. I don't care how many millions of dollars it was. It was a much better fun to cost than some of the other ones, even the Knight Rider car that they came out with in the same update. And the indestructible tennis court nets. And I had actually not spent any time in here, so like a noob, I'd go over and smack the wall hoping something would break before I realized, oh, there's a chain link fence that you can just drive through and get out. So, but I think we'll finish this up by heading out to Del Perro and going for a little swim. Rockstar for sure has gotten their money out of me through the years. I started playing with GTA 3 way back in the day. Did all those everything except for the Chinatown because I didn't have that game device. And then GTA 4, all those expansions, and then started playing this game on the PS3. And then when it came out for the PS4, that was the whole reason we upgraded to a PS4. Then my wife started playing and I got booted, so I switched to the PC and have never looked back. So yeah, it's and here we go, into the bay. I was hoping to catch a little more air, but didn't work out. But yeah, I'm gonna go quiet here for a moment before we take to the final car. It's kind of spooky, the sounds that it makes underwater. Well, to close it out, here's me about to lose a whole big old pile of money. I think I lost 10 grand on this car. Made a boo-boo and then ended up getting shot up pretty good. But yeah, love the reflections on this chrome. And you see the center line and all the the road textures and everything else popping through. But anyway, so thanks guys if you stuck around to the end, and I'll put up GTA videos from time to time, usually doing different stuff, little odds and ends. But I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.